Hi, for my Twitter slash X presentation, I would like to offer some advice about engagement. So, to start this, I would love to tell a story about my grandmother. She is very big on social media, even though she doesn't understand it half the time. But my grandmother has this kind of her own blog every day to her followers, which is surprisingly a pretty good amount considering our family and friends. But she would release a big paragraph, kind of just a whole recap or diary entry of what happened today or yesterday or what's going to happen today or what's going to happen tomorrow, anything that's on her mind. And she kind of does that while she makes her morning coffee and makes her morning eggs and bacon and all that. But the reason why I want to talk about this is because her own blog and her own own words is basically a lot of people expect that every day. She gets a lot of engagement. My grandmother has hundreds of followers, which friends and family and anyone you can keep close to. And with Twitter, she puts it on there sometimes too, mostly Facebook, but when she finds time, she puts it on Twitter as well. But she has her daily messages. Like I said, she'll just restate whatever, and a lot of people love it. A lot of people love it because, for her own words, she doesn't like using emojis. One, she's just lazy, or she kind of forgets how to use the emojis. So, at the end of her big paragraph, multiple sentence paragraph, she would have it, you know, smiling with just smiling where emojis should be, and sometimes even funny enough, she uses emoji after the word that would be the emoji. She uses that. I don't think she knows how to use it half the time, but she does that kind of, and that's her signature. That's who she is. She does smiley faces with the abbreviation. She doesn't even use emojis. And I could just tell when I was scrolling on my feed exactly, not even looking at the username, that was my grandmother's, and she gets a lot of comments, a lot of, positive feedback. And funny enough, a story is I was with my grandmother going to the grocery store, and she's a chatty Cathy. She knows a lot of people, and she found someone, and she said, and the first thing the person said was, I didn't see your, daily message today. I've been waiting for it. Like, she has her own little set of people who really can't wait to look at it and read it and comment. But that's just one story of how to engage your audience. My grandma's her. She's not trying to be anyone. She's not like, she is who she is. She shows her personality. She's very open. So if you're trying to open your brand with social media, I think it's so big now with so many companies or so many different brands that are too media, not media trained, but not as personable. You just see a corporate thing. You don't see the people that run it. You don't see like the human side of it. And I think a good mixture of, especially on like X, a lot of these websites are talking about engagement, the tips about getting better content, about hashtags, about all these little things. But I think it really starts with being true to yourself on any social media brand, but especially X. What makes it perfect with my grandma's blog is like Twitter slash X is, is made to create open platform feelings and beliefs and topics. That's, you don't really go on Twitter to look at pictures. That's Instagram, that's Facebook, whatever. Twitter is more about writing, seeing your thoughts, your thinking. And with a lot of times with brands, you obviously want to be corporate enough, but you also, I think, being humanizing, remembering that these are people running, like actual real people running this thing. It's not just corporate owned people, like it's the real people. So if anything, if I could come up with any tip about engaging your audience that I've seen in my own life and also like reading through these websites are, is just be personable, be yourself, be consistent. Obviously, my grandmother uploading it every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, is consistent. It's her routine, and people love it. She loves that. Other people love it. But I think that's one of the best tips I can say about running brand or just social media on X.